Hi everyone, merhaba, this is Ayşenur Altan. Welcome to Turkish Food and Travel. In this episode, we are making maklube. Maklube is a rice dish with meat, fried vegetables. It has a special way of serving. It is also popular in the Middle East as well as Turkey. The combinations we use, the fried eggplants, potatoes, the meat, rice and everything comes out so delicious. So let's make it. I have my ingredients ready. Let me tell you briefly what I did. The first thing was cooking the meat. I have 400 grams of beef in cubes, very small. It was already like this when I bought from the market. I just sauteed in a little bit of olive oil. Add enough water to cover, even more because we're gonna use that water now for the rice, and cook until very soft. And here it is. It is nice stuck together. And here I have 3 medium-sized eggplants. I just peeled them in strips. And soaking right now in the salty water. It's been like 45 minutes. And this way it will not soak that much oil when I'm gonna fry. And also if it has a bitter taste, it also takes out with the water inside. And here I soaked my rice in salty hot water. This is also important, one of the basics to make delicious fluffy rice pilav in Turkish cuisine. Here I have a big size of potato. If yours are small, you can use like 2-3 of them. We're gonna fry these veggies and stuck them together with the rice. And here are my veggies for the salad. I'm also going to serve around the dish the maklube and create a nice contrast with this carrot, red cabbage, and the shepherd salad I'm gonna make with cucumbers, tomatoes, and some fresh parsley and mint I'm gonna take out later. So now I'm gonna fry my potato and eggplants and then assemble everything in a pan. I'm also gonna use 2 or 1, it's up to you. Onion, I'm gonna saute them first before adding the meat. So let's begin. Since it was traditional to use potatoes, I used for the layer, but I think it's optional, you can omit it. Again, from region to region, the shape of the potato and eggplants can change. I also saw in some of the recipes they make it in cubes, so it is another option to make. After frying the veggies, I begin to saute my onion. You don't have to use much oil because we already used when frying, and the meat stock also have its own fat. Just saute until it has some golden color and add the meat. By the way, the onion is also optional here. If you don't prefer, you can only use meat. On top of the sauteed meat and onion mixture, I added half of the rice that I washed and drained well, and then add the eggplant and potato layer. Let me give you an important hint you can make. If you have a non-stick pan, use that one because it tends to stick on the bottom. As a second option, after sauteing the onion and meat, take out them from the pan and place a round baking paper and then begin to stack. This way it will hold its shape better after turning it over. I stuck everything in a layer, added just barely enough water to cover the rice. I'm gonna cook it on low heat and then I'm gonna check if the rice is cooked. If it needs more, I'm gonna drizzle more hot water and cook. Turn off the heat, let it rest for half an hour. And meanwhile, we're gonna prepare the salads. I grated the carrots from the small side of the grater. And since the red cabbage already has some layers, it is enough to grate them from the bigger side. After 15 minutes, the rice soaked all the water, so I added half cup more and continue to simmer. For the shepherd's salad, I cut the tomatoes and cucumbers in cubes and chopped fresh mint and parsley, and going to drizzle some lemon juice and little bit of olive oil and salt. Okay, my maklube has rested for half an hour. The rice is points up, which means it is rested and fluffy, hopefully. I didn't open it after I turn off the heat because with the steam it continued to cook. My salads are ready. I only add some lemon here. And here is my serving tray. I have this copper tray. I don't have any bigger one than this one. I thought it would be enough, but actually looks like it could have been better if I had a bigger one. And I'm using this baking paper because I don't have any coating inside, so it is pure copper. And because of the lemon on the salad, they can contact each other. I didn't want to do that. The best thing would be to use a bigger stainless steel tray. I realized that I need one too. Okay, now it's time to turn it over. It smells delicious. So here we go. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I have little bit rice and meat left here, but it's okay, we can make it evenly like this. And you can always get the rest and put it on top. It doesn't matter, we're gonna just stick in anyway. The design we're gonna make with the salad. So I'm gonna add little bit from everything on the side and it will be ready. So here it is, my friends, it is ready. As you can see, we garnished it with the carrot, red cabbage and shepherd salad and yogurt. It really looks colorful. Since I used a wider pan, the meat didn't cover the whole top, but if you use a little smaller one, it could be more higher and you can see the layers more easily. I hope you give it a try, this famous Middle East and Turkish recipe maklube. It will be a festive menu on its own. You can serve it with some cold ayran drink, yogurt drink, or any sherbets would be also delicious in summertime. I have many sherbet recipes. I'm gonna include it in the description box below. You can check them. If you like my recipes, please do share them with your friends and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you in another delicious Turkish food recipes and travel vlogs. Afiyet olsun.